So yesterday I discovered one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's called TLC, which stands for Tables, Ladders and Chairs. I'm just kidding, what does it actually stand for? The Travel and Living Channel, or the Learning Channel. One of those two. They make all kinds of videos, but the ones that I'm most interested in are the ones that they make about people that do weird things, I guess you could say. Woman uses her own hair as dental floss to save money.
I like to use hair over dental floss. I know it sounds gross, but doesn't cost me anything.
It costs £1.29 for dental floss. You've got to be cheaper than Mr. Krabs to do this.
My mom wants to save money for me for college. I have to grab a measuring cup and the cup I'm gonna pour it in because I have to make sure it's only half a cup full.
This one isn't as ridiculous as the hair flossing. I mean, it kind of sucks that you can't have a full cup of orange juice, but I can see why they do it. It saves orange juice. I think measuring it out to exactly half a cup, that's a bit too extreme.
I keep my chewed pieces of gum in the freezer. I usually chew one piece every 3 days. See, I start with a piece on Sunday, ride that out till about Tuesday. Then we get to Wednesday, that's when I treat myself with a whole new piece of gum.
Really? Used gum? It costs 50 pence for a pack of gum. I don't know how much is in this pack of gum here. I'd say probably about 15. If you have half a piece a day, that pack is gonna last you a whole month. It's gonna last you 30 days. 50 pence a month for gum is £6 a year. That's still less than $10. So you're using the same piece of gum 3 days in a row, when you could be using a fresh piece every single day for the same price. There's no benefits here. Yeah, it's only half a piece of gum as opposed to a full piece, but still, half a piece each day or a full piece of gum for 3 days in a row. I'm going with the half a piece. I don't know about you, but if I chew gum, I have to spit it out after like an hour or two. So I don't know how she manages to chew the same piece for 3 days. Or what you could do is you could buy 2 packs a month and chew a fresh piece every single day. And that's still only just going over $10 a year. So is it really worth it? Is it worth chewing the same piece of gum for 3 days in a row?
You don't need to do that much to save money.
Exactly. Give this man a medal. Actually, no, don't, because it's just common sense, really. Saving money is a good thing to do. It's a smart thing to do, but this is just extreme. Chewing the same piece of gum for 3 days in a row just so you can, save like $2? Is it worth it? No. Now, this is a series that they do called Extreme Cheapskates. I don't think you could get a more perfect name for this series. Another episode that they did of this is called Man Reuses Mouthwash to Save Money. Isn't that defeating the purpose of mouthwash?
I have alerts that tell me whenever money's being spent on the credit or debit cards, so that I can make sure that Christina's not spending money on things that don't really need to be bought.
Now, you know this guy's serious when he's still using an iPhone 4. But that's not a bad thing, though. I'm the same way. If you've watched my Q&A, you've already heard me speak about this. If it still works and does what you need it to do, then there's no point buying a new phone unless you just want to upgrade. That's what I'm doing with my iPhone 6. But yeah, so far this video isn't too bad. But from the title of the video, I have a feeling that won't last very long.
It just seemed like such a waste to only use mouthwash once when it's antiseptic anyways.
Yeah, cleaning your mouth with dirty, used mouthwash that's got bits of food and saliva in it is a great way of saving money. How much do you save on that a year? Just another thing that makes me say, what's the fucking point? Is it worth it? Is it worth doing this for £1? Oh no, it's only on sale. It's actually usually £1.80. Of course it's worth it. £1.80? No thanks. I'd rather wash my mouth with dirty, used mouthwash. This has to be fake. Like, I can't see this. I can't see anyone actually thinking this way. That ain't mouthwash anymore, mate. There's plenty of other ways to save money. Don't do this to yourself, Mason. Please, I'm concerned.
This one, though, is Christina's mouthwash, because she doesn't like to do what I do.
Because Christina is normal. You know, I know they always say, oh, don't be normal. Don't be like everyone else. Be unique. Not this time. This is another reason I think it's fake. Okay, so we see him fixing a chair in the garage, and conveniently they're filming it as Christina returns home in an Uber. Seems a bit too unnatural to me. Anyway, Christina comes home and Mason's like, hey, why don't you ever drive your own car?
Hey,
How come you don't ever drive your own car?
when we went to pick it up after the oil change and the guy said that you needed to fix the car, he said it was a safety issue. The mechanic said the car has issues.
He's telling his wife to drive a car that isn't even safe to drive. Or at least she says it's not safe to drive. We're reaching new levels of cheapskate here that I didn't even think existed.
I'll get my cousin Joe to come look at it for free.
I don't want to die because my husband is too cheap to repair my car.
Pay for a funeral? Pfft, No, we've got a shovel and a backyard. What do we need to pay for a funeral for? I'm just kidding, but like I say, I think this is fake. It's too convenient. Like, at this bit, he tries to buy almost expired food because it's cheaper.
All of this stuff is expired except the cheeses. I'm about to mark those down 20%. If you're interested in those.
Yeah, I need those.
Oh, this guy is conveniently throwing out their expired food as he is there shopping with the cameraman. Maybe this guy is genuinely that cheap and they've just, you know, staged a couple things just for the show. Mason, I'm really concerned for yours and Christina's health, so I'm going to give you a couple recommendations. You don't have to take them. You can continue living how you live. I recommend paying to get a car fixed if it needs fixing. I recommend buying food that isn't expired. And I recommend just buying new mouthwash when you need it. Another question that I have is, what do they actually save the money for if they never spend it? I know the point of saving money isn't to spend it, but you spend it eventually, right? You save it for a reason. I thought maybe like for emergencies when something unexpectedly happens, like for example the car breaking down. It didn't break down, but there's a problem with it and it needs fixing. So for a problem like that they don't expect, they save money, so if anything like that happens they can pay for it. But he doesn't even use it for that, so it's like, what does he actually spend the money on? Mum makes family wash their clothes in the swimming pool.
It just feels good to exercise, and I just love it. Instead of going to gyms, I just go to these sporting goods stores for about 45 minutes a day. Going to a gym, paying for a membership. I mean, that's like $75 a month.
I mean, it does save money, but why not just buy it? Why not just make the purchase? It's a one-time purchase. You buy it, you can use it forever at your house. You don't need to go to a sports shop to use it. Actually, that's what I did. Last year, I bought a treadmill and just shoved it in my room. I'd say the treadmill cost $150. I got it probably about 12 months ago, so I did save money because I would have spent more on a gym membership every month. Not only is that good, but having it in my room means I can use it at any time during the day. I don't need to travel to the gym every day to use one, which she could probably find useful actually, because she drives to the sports shop every single day. Slowly the price of gas that it takes to drive there is going to stack up to more than the cost of the bike, so just buy it. Although from this clip it does tell something. It shows that she isn't the cheapest person in the series. A cheaper person would just run outside for free, which there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I'd expect cheapskates to use that form of working out.
It can cost $60, $70 to fill up a tank. And then you go home and park your car in the garage and you may not go nowhere. So you just spent $60 to sit.
What? What are you talking about? You might spend $60 filling up your car and you might not go anywhere for a week, but it's still going to be there in the car for when you do need to use it.
Hey, can I get $3.36 worth of gas?
You sure can.
When it comes to gas is kind of like makeup. You know, less is more. When you buy less, you use less, and you save more.
$3 on gas. That will probably only last the journey back to home and then back to the gas station to get more. I wonder how often she has to refill it, because that's the thing. She puts $3 of gas in. I wonder how often she has to fill up the car. I mean, that $3 she puts in is going to eventually stack up to $60.
Only get a gallon at a time. 1 gallon of gas, 1 gallon a day, saves me money. Restricts where I go.
You might as well just put 60 in. You're spending the same amount, just not in one go. Hold on, it just clicked in my head. She's got a gigantic built-in swimming pool in her backyard. I don't know if it's different in America, but houses with big swimming pools in the backyard, not cheap. I'm surprised she lives here if she really wants to save money. Unless the reason she saves the money doing all this random stuff is to live in a big house. Like the title says, she washes her clothes in the swimming pool as well, which I don't know if it's safe to swim in the same water as that stuff, but she mentions running the pool filter costs an extra $200 a month. So she tried to find a loophole. She tried to find a way to run the pool filter without actually paying $200 a month.
Jenny's pedal power turns the belts, which rotates a car alternator. As the alternator spins, it creates an electrical current, which Jenny hopes can provide enough power to run her pool filter.
Jesus Christ, that's dedication to saving money. Still haven't figured out why these people save money in the first place. That's one thing they don't talk about in these videos, why they save money and what they spend it on eventually. Unexpected problems that are going to require money to fix? Not in this case. Save money to go on a nice holiday? No, because this woman said she rarely goes on vacations and instead just uses the pool.
And we don't go on a lot of expensive vacations, so I figure, you know, that's kind of like a vacation. Just go out and get in the pool.
What do they save money for? I'd love to know. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw someone as extreme as this in a future episode. A lot of people call me crazy for doing what I do. I don't think I'm crazy. I think they're crazy for not doing what I do. A big way that I save on money is with water. So what I'll do is I'll fill a bath and I'll use that water to wash myself for the next 3 months or so. It saves a lot of money compared to refilling the bath every single day. Instead of buying bottles of water or running the tap, I will scoop up some of the bath water and I'll drink that whenever I'm thirsty. And it usually takes about 3 months before the bath is completely empty from drinking it. Lewis's family is concerned for his unhealthy diet. To save money, he only eats 3 jelly beans a day. Food can be expensive, so I bought a big box of jelly beans, which is my food supply for the whole year. I think I'll have a blue one, a purple one, and a green one. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is probably where I save the most money. Food shopping is very expensive. Even if you shop for cheap items, it still adds up. So Lewis, with the money that you save doing all of this, what do you actually spend it on? So in conclusion, saving money is a good and smart thing to do, until it gets to the point where you're reusing mouthwash. But hey, if you feel like it's genuinely saving you money, then go ahead. I just personally don't recommend that. There's plenty of other ways to save money. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please consider subscribing if you're new here, and I'll see you all in my next video. I save money on my outro. See, instead of paying an editor to make me one, I just used Movie Maker and made one myself.